Right, the Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, Sihle Zikalala, says he has tasked the Council for the Built Environment to mobilize the sector, professionals, engineers, geologists and other specialists to stand ready to help. And the Minister joins us now. Minister, thank you. So it sounds like you're keeping tabs on this investigation in Johannesburg. Are the right people on the job, do you believe?
Yes, we believe so. We believe this is conducted by well-trained professionals who are able to do their work and will be able to identify through detailed investigations the causes of this explosion.
And these resources, these engineers and geologists that you can offer, just explain, are they going to help or is that just a possibility?
Well, in most cases, through the CBE, the Council for Built Environment, whenever there are such incidents or disasters, we have been able to mobilize them from different professions to assist government wherever such incidents happen. You'll remember some were part of assisting during the floods in KZN and other provinces. They take it as their responsibility and the calling. But it is because of that we continue to emphasize a need of building skills that are so relevant in the built industry in all sectors, such as in civil engineering in particular, and all others. So we are working with them to try and ensure that we upscale the skilling of professionals in all of these fields.
Okay, but right now, surely they just need to be on the ground helping. So do you offer them to the province or the city? How does it work?
No. Once there is a call, they can respond effectively. Okay. And that's why we have said the Council for Built Environment will be in touch with the city in that regard.
We've heard from the city, we've heard from the Premier as well. You're keeping tabs. Who should lead this investigation? And it's going to be quite a substantial rebuild. This is a huge thoroughfare in the Joburg CBD.
Definitely, but the city has to lead it. It must conduct that investigation and must provide detailed analysis and evidence on what happened and the causal factors. But on our side, what we are saying is the built industry needs to be valued, including maintenance of infrastructure. That's why we've always been insisting that government must enforce that maintenance is prioritized. We must ensure that for all infrastructure in terms of budget, at least 8% of the budget of all organs of the state that deals with infrastructure must be reserved for maintenance.
So you are the minister in charge. Are you going to enforce this? When?
We continue to engage with COGTA and National Treasury to prioritize maintenance by local municipalities. And more gaps are at a local level where the maintenance is not prioritized. Of course, we understand that we are under pressure to cover the backlog, but we must understand that we also have the dilapidating of infrastructure, which we must address.
Minister, what is your response? And there were other things we were going to talk about as well, but let's really focus on this because the city of Joburg today is saying it was a gas explosion and Egoli Gas switched off all its lines, but they did discover an old Joburg line. So this is talking about infrastructure. What do you have to say in response to that? Old line still operational. And then we heard from the Benchmarks Foundation saying if you look at the disaster response documents, it doesn't even mention gas. So it doesn't seem like our response, our risk assessment, anything like that is up to date in terms with what we're actually facing.
Yes, but I would not want to speak on this specific matter without getting sufficient details from professionals who would have analyzed the cause of this situation so that we respond with accurate information and proper responses.
All right, then I can throw in one quick question because you were updating on the construction mafia as well. And you're talking now about an ombudsman office, an office for an ombud for the construction industry to be a body to resolve disputes. We know some of those disputes are sort of big gangs, the construction mafia arriving and saying, give us 30% of your profits. Do you think an ombudsman can deal with what the country is facing right now?
The Ombuds Office for construction industry will be very helpful. It will not deal only with the construction mafia. It will also deal with all issues that affect the construction industry. These include what we've seen before, the collusion of big companies. It will include the question of having appeals if there are unfair processes. We have heard on many cases that there are tenders that get easily cancelled. And that's why we are saying let there be an office that will be in charge of investigating all of those things. Because in a number of departments or municipalities, you hear that they will advertise tenders. Then if tenders don't go the way some people have thought, they then cancel. So we want to have an office that will be mandated to take charge of investigating such wrong practices, because we want the industry to grow. We want the industry to also transform to include the previously disadvantaged.
All right, a lot going wrong in the construction industry, but thanks for that quick update and focusing on Johannesburg. Sihle Zikalala, Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure. He also released an update earlier saying that more than 600 suspects linked to the construction mafia have been arrested. So we will follow all those developments.